Myrtle Beach SC News sat down with Myra Starnes. She's running for Myrtle Beach City Council in November. Early voting starts this week, October 20th. Myra Starnes is a well-known businesswoman in the city of Myrtle Beach. She certainly understands issues like no one else. She's a no-nonsense, common sense business leader. And here's what she had to say as she took us on a guide of the downtown area. Myra's running for city council here in Myrtle Beach. Myra, why are you running for city council?
I am concerned that we're at a place where we don't put the citizens even into the equation. I'm concerned that they're using people that can't even become hired by the city, because if you have a felony on your record, they won't even let you apply for a job. Why are we using consultants to give us equations and to analyze stuff for us when they couldn't even be hired another way? We don't have any way that we're vetting stuff. I mean, and there's simple things, there are little things that we could do. I mean, how hard would it be to put a station on Ocean Boulevard if it's so bad? If you had a police station there, it definitely would be a presence there. And like in the Market Commons people that I've talked to, the speeding that's there. I mean, if you're trying to walk out, or if it's dark at night and you've got people on those little scooters and things, I'm sure all of them have almost hit somebody. We've got to look at our ingress and our egress, and when we're planning new developments, we can't just give permits. We've got to look at the whole thing. How is the ingress and egress going to be affected with the houses that are already there? I mean, we've got communities that have potholes, yet we're spending millions and millions of dollars for infrastructure downtown with roads that don't make any sense. I mean, I had a piece of property that they were trying to just put a boardwalk in front, of it, and they were stopping the ingress and egress for part of my parking. It wasn't planned. I mean, they have plans, they put them in. Look at the theater that we have. I mean, certainly they must have had an architect or an engineers look at it before we bought it. And then when they put the plans together to join them, the buildings together, certainly they should have gone through the protocol. If they did and they didn't catch it, then we don't need to be using them again.
What would they have not have caught?
They said that the reason why they stopped doing any, the city said that the reason why they stopped doing any construction is because there was some welding that had gone on that was not good. I guess not planned. I don't know. When you ask questions, I have a lot of people that have asked that and they don't get any really direct answers. It's kind of like each time they've tried to sell the convention center, which we don't need to sell, that they waffle around it. But they have tried. And, you know, the convention center makes money if they don't mess around with the books. For years, until recently, till I started asking questions, the parking for the convention center was split in half, and 50% of the gross went to the sports center, I'm told. 50% of the gross. Now, they just changed it. They ask people now where they're going. But for many years, when the convention center was paying the bond payments for the hotel, which wasn't supposed to be, they were giving 50% of the gross to the sports center. I mean, we just have to operate with good facts and make good decisions. The city council, if they're told things by experts, they're going to go along with it. We need to vet our experts, but we sure don't need people that can't apply for jobs in the city being our experts. And we need to look at, we need more housing, more affordable housing, but we need to look at where we're putting it. And we definitely need to look at the water and the sewer. And everything that goes along with making it successful.
It sounds like, to me, it sounds like your ideas would make it successful for Grand Dunes, Del Webb, Market Common. The improvements that you want to make are citywide. They're comprehensive.
Yes, and the places, we've got the smaller neighborhoods that people, that's all they own is their house, that have potholes all over the place. Those need to be fixed before we need to be putting brick pavers down. We've got to look at the whole. We're all part of the same pond.
So you're saying, what I'm hearing you say is the hands connected to the arms, connected to the elbows, connected to the neck and the shoulder. Is that accurate? You have to look at it comprehensively.
Yes, but I'm also saying is we're all in the same pond. There are people here that the city has, in the past, signed on with that only wanted their boat to rise in their lock. But they're dumb, because if the water only rises in their lock, they can't go anywhere except to the end of their lock. If the water rises for the entire pond, then guess what? All the boats can go all over the place, and they can go further. We can do this. We're growing. We've got year-round residents. We've got businesses, restaurants that used to close in the off-season. They're staying open year-round. We are in such a good place, but we're also getting ready to fall off a cliff with some of the stuff that we're doing. And, we don't need to mess with things that are working to cover up where they've messed around with the money. Leave the convention center alone. It's supposed to be a lost leader, but it makes money if they don't mess with the books. And also, the hotels, and they need things, and we need to treat everybody the same. Some people, they don't do this or that, but then the city comes in and makes this little guy do this. They've threatened eminent domain on people, and people went around buying up the property for the people that were scared. And then one guy sold a bunch of it to the city, in my understanding, and from what I've seen is he made $21 million. Come on. We have got to look at everything, and we need to listen to everybody, including the citizens that are here.
Especially the citizens that are here.
Yes, especially the citizens that are here.
Yeah. Myra, when is this election going to be? What's the date of this election?
November the 4th.
Yes. And if you could tell people in the greater Myrtle Beach area, the entire city, what would you say to them if that would happen if they elect Myra Starnes?
What would I say with what?
What's going to be the result of electing Myra Starnes?
I'll ask questions. I'll ask, where do we get this data? I won't just take somebody's opinion. I'll do some homework. It's just like when they wanted to do reverse angles, back-end parking on Broadway to slow the traffic down. When I asked, why don't we use speed bumps, our consultant said, speed bumps cause flooding. But then I did some research, and speed bumps don't even go to the curb. And there are multiple kinds of speed bumps, and there's some porous ones. Now, I'm just a poor little country girl art major. If I can find that out, what kind of consultant are we using that says speed bumps cause flooding? And what's most interesting, with all this money we're doing to prevent flooding, the area downtown where we are is the second highest elevation from the Murrells Inlet line to North Carolina. And that is the reason it was developed initially and first. So, we got to deal with facts. And I would ask, facts, nobody's 100% right. We just need to check. But if we get the right consultants giving us the right numbers, we can get the right bottom line. But it can't be just about the people that are the business people. It can't be just about the neighborhoods. It's got to be all of us together. And we need more police. But we also need to put them in places that will work. And there's so much. I just walked through downtown for 2 hours and I saw one police car.
And you were kind enough to take us on that walk so that we can back up what you're saying here with facts. And we want to thank you for that. Thank you so much. But most of all, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to meet with us. We want to see you do well come November.
Well, thank you for putting the information out there so people will know, just because it came out from an expert or the city puts it out, check it out. Use your brain. Just because an expert says something does not mean that it's true. And question when you find stuff that's not exactly right. Maybe they didn't know any better, but maybe we don't need to use them again. You know, it's easy to sit and throw rocks at something. We all got to go back to the table and look at stuff and see where we are. And it's just like the theater. If you produce anything, if you've got a fundraiser or whatever, you don't make any money on the first 300 people. Well, it only seats 300 people. Nobody can bring any big acts or anything there because there are not enough seats. But the really interesting part is the parking, because the parking, if all of those businesses in the super block are successful, they're going to be taking up all the parking. And if you've got 300 people and you've got people that are putting on and lighting people and people that are running the concession stands and blah, blah, blah at the theater, you're going to have at least 150 more cars. Where are they going to go? You've got to have parking. And, you know, we don't look at all the stuff. We don't see. It's just like when they were trying to do the Pelican Stadium downtown. I mean, what does a baseball team play? Maybe 65, 68 games a year. Half of those are out of town. So we're going to have that downtown. And if you build a building up, you don't see the ocean. So why are we using oceanfront property for that? But the really interesting part was I just did not understand, besides there's no parking for all those cars either, but what happens near an ocean when somebody is a professional baseball player, from my being able to see, they can hit that ball, and believe it or not, it can go like 70 miles an hour.
Wow.
But if you live on the ocean or go to the ocean, you feel these gust of winds that come periodically. They're by the ocean. Well, guess what? I'm sitting here with a kid on my lap. I'm watching the game. The building is built so that the balls stay down, right? They don't come. Here comes a piece of wind out of nowhere, changes the trajectory of the 70 miles an hour ball, and it hits the kid in the head. He's dead. That doesn't make sense. But it doesn't make sense to put that kind of money into an area where all we had to do is fix what we had. And we only use it so many days out of the year.
Well, once again, thank you for your time. We're going to make sure this gets out to the communities in our city. And we look forward to seeing you do well on November the 4th.
Thank you.
So this was built since when Mayor Bethune took office.
Yes.
And who paid for this? The city paid for this, and
I
this,
paid for the artwork.
and the city paid for this artwork for shop owners.
No, for the ambiance, but I don't call it art.
Well, but basically, what I'm asking is, you take this restaurant here. Let me, so our audience can see it. Okay, Bottega.
This was done before Bottega moved.
So it was paid for by the city. It was not paid for by anyone who owned this building.
That is my understanding.
Okay.
But the things that we put together are, they don't put the whole recipe together. They bake the cake and leave the baking powder out of it.
And why do you think that is?
Because they don't want it to work, I think, unless either we're just doing the wrong consultants and people don't know what they're doing.
Could it be?
Successful down here.
Go ahead.
We've got to have things that people want to come to, okay? And we've got to have stuff. I'm turning this into an event center where people can come, have their weddings, they have their whatever, have 2 kitchens, they'll be able to do their own food, bring in a caterer, whatever they want to do, but it will be over the top. We lose so much business because people can't use the ballroom of hotels for the wedding or whatever they're doing because they have to have so many heads and beds. When families, you've got people that are rich and people that aren't rich, and the people that aren't rich are paying for those hotel rooms for that 3 or 4 night stay for a year, so they're not going to come.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Tell me about this road here. When do they expect this road to be finished?
Who knows? But look, I want to show you some stuff on the road. Tell me how a semi and a car can go down here.
They can't. They cannot.
But the engineers that we hired says they can.
And those engineers were?
I don't know. I'm not going to name the names.
Okay, I understand.
But at the end of the day, this is parking this way, so they're going to do bricks. And then on the bricks, they say that people can drive on the bricks. People don't know, and if you look at how far that comes out when you're parking that way,
Right.
it's to here. So you're going to get that close to this car? I don't think so. It just does not make sense. Look what they did to...
What will this be right here? What will this section be? Parking also?
parking.
So there's going to be large parking, but very little driving.
Well, honey,
2 lanes.
it's
This is a
supposed
2-lane
to be
road.
this way parking.
But it's 2 lanes of road.
Yes, but 2 lanes you can't do. People won't come down here. You change the ingress to the egress, it's a lane grab. It'll die. Look what they did to him. Now tell me what the purpose of this is for.
I don't know.
It makes no sense. Why would you do that? But then they have the road this big up here.
And that's the road that will shoot down 7th Avenue, correct?
That's problem.
But oh, you're talking about on the other side of 501.
Yeah.
But this road,
Goes into 501.
correct. And now aren't they gonna straighten it out? Where does it pick up and go down to the boulevard? Now with the changes.
The pick up and go to the boulevard. This goes to the boulevard there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But what's interesting is if you look at what they're doing, come look and see. I got delivered, see my fingers in between?
Yes.
A pack from the city because they wanted to take up my flower beds. Well, I've kept up my flower beds. I mean, we always keep them up until they started all this crap. But across the street, for the last 4 years, I've paid people to trim the bushes because the city wasn't doing it. And I got proof. Now, if you look at this building, I mean, we've got gold Mars down here, and it's not just a flat roof.
Correct.
Okay? People, it's been a while since we painted it, but we didn't know what the hell was going on.
Well, it looks like new paint to me.
It is. I just did, but we used the same ones we got approved. I got pieces.
Now, when you say you got approved, who does those approvals?
The CAB, but
And the CAB is the Community Appearance Board.
Yes, but I didn't have to go back before them. I put it the same color it was.
But if you had tried to change the color, what
I
would
would
have
have had to
happened?
go. It had been taking months.
And it would have possibly not been approved, correct?
Correct. But this was already approved. We took stuff off the building and calculated what over the years what would make it. We just went back to the original ones that we got approved.
So improved doesn't necessarily get approved.
No. Let me show you something. I mean, we gotta use our brains. And you've got to have everything. There's no parking here. I can park, I'm gonna show you, where I can park 160 cars. That's why I waited to do this until I got that done, right?
So I see they're also working on the road here.
Yes, but let me show you something. See here? This is my property.
Okay.
But when the city agreed to leave this, they told me I had to give them an insurance policy for $1 million for these.
$1 million insurance policy for this little bit of dirt?
Yeah, in case somebody tripped. But yeah, they're on my property here.
Gotcha.
Where's my $1 million?
Correct. You mean the city's on your property here?
Yes, they used it for the
For this sidewalk?
yes.
Wow.
Now it gets more interesting. The same consultants and designers and stuff did these roads. Okay? This road you can have a semi and a what you did going on, right?
This is going to be a wider road, is what you're saying.
No, but look at this. This is where the parking is going to be. Now, under city ordinance, you have to be 20 feet from the ingress and the egress.
Okay.
So there won't be anybody here.
Gotcha.
Okay. You got another ingress and egress down here, so you might get 2 cars. You see all this money?
Right.
They can't do it here. Whoever was designing shouldn't have put it there. So when they were putting it up, I'm going, no, because they were putting it up just straight. There was no ingress and egress.
Correct.
I had to redo the form and put this because I paid $7. Now, they can't do 20 feet from here or 20 feet from here. I've got ingress and egress here. So they can't do it parking here, but yet they're doing this. Now, wouldn't you think that an engineer would look at ingress and egress before they design?
Correct.
Alright, come on. Now this is what I have.
Excuse me, before we leave, where does this road run into? Tell our viewers.
What?
Tell our viewers where this road runs into. This new road they're building. What does it run into? They don't know.
No. There's nothing.
Okay.
I mean, there's businesses there that have been there forever.
Okay. What about this road? What is it?
Alder Street.
Okay, and that runs into Carver, the district, right?
That runs into 501.
Runs into 501.
Yes.
Okay.
Now look at this. And this is what I was trying to do all along, and we finally are there. I got 3 lots here. I got from here,
Correct.
right here.
Gotcha. This is all your property right here.
All the way on the other side of that tree, and I've got a the other side of the tree where the trees, the other side of those trees. To here. It comes to here.
Gotcha. This is
I
all
got
going to be
planned
parking, which
They
is
don't plan. And this is one of the highest levels in all of downtown. It's also the highest, the whole area down here is the second highest level from Murrells Inlet to the North Carolina line, and that's the reason it was developed to start with.
correct.
We don't have flooding. All this money they're putting in for the flood stuff, I've been down here for decades. We've never had it flood. But what happens is if they come in and change the layer of the land, they come in with a great big casino. They've got to, they're stressing everything. So they're making everything work.
Correct.
We've got to stop. If we're going to do stuff, the event center will bring people in and they'll see a restaurant and they'll see this or that. That's what it takes to get people.
And you're saying that based on, a girl never tells her age, but you're saying that based on years of experience.
52.
Okay, there you go. I wasn't going to say that, glad you did.
But 52, but when I got the concept, when I bought the building, I got the concept of doing something downtown where people could come and have a really nice place. I want like marble floors and very classic, big 12-inch moldings, really nice lighting, but very reasonable for the locals, higher for the corporations, and then the people with money, they don't get the deal that the locals get.
Right.
But it will bring people down.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It makes absolutely good sense. Now, the Sun News just did an article on all the restaurants that have closed down here in the last short while. Is a lack of planning the reason we're losing business?
Well, it's a lot of things. I've been down here forever, and they talk about all the crime. I've been here at 2 o'clock in the morning working, and we, compared to Charleston, Columbia, other places, we don't have crime. But it's the way we handled putting the news out. And if you look at crime, there's crime in 3 other places of the city that really never gets reported.
Because it's not tourist related.
No, I don't buy that.
Okay.
One of them, yes, but the other 2, no.
Okay, gotcha.
I have parking over here also.
Okay. The city demands so many spots for a business, correct?
No, they don't.
They don't.
No. We've got to have parking. Something like an event center to bring them. The railroad, the train station.
Which is just beyond these buildings here.
It's booked.
Right.
And they were trying to tear it down. I was on that board and we stopped it.
Good.
We look at all sides of the coin, not just tourism, but also the people that live here, the people that work here, the people that have retired here. We can't just keep depending on people as experts, like the ones that to put parking on Broadway to 3rd Avenue. They wanted to do reverse angled back-in parking. The cities that I looked at that did it, they never wanted to see it again, only one, because it was land grab. It takes all the businesses and it closes them down because nobody wants to do reverse angled back-in parking. And guess what? How are you supposed to know somebody's backing up to park when you're coming behind them?
You have no idea.
No, but when asked, why don't you just simply use speed bumps, the experts said speed bumps cause flooding. It doesn't flood here. But
in your years of business, how many times has this area flooded?
It hasn't.
It has not. That's correct.
This has been going on for years, and it's still not. Now they've stopped the construction because they have a problem with welding.
Welding on what? What's right here in front of us?
Beams.
The beams of what?
The buildings for the theater.
So this is for the Coastal Carolina Theater right here?
Yes.
And there's problems with the welding?
Yeah.
Has the city disclosed that?
Yeah. that's why they're not. That's why they say they're not doing anything. There's some bad welding. Well, let me ask you this: where are our engineers and our architects? If the welding was bad beforehand, why didn't they see it when they were looking at it to put the buildings together? Because they co-joined 3 buildings.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't then, if it was later, where are the people overseeing the work? And where's the study that says 300 people seats would be feasible for anything to be put out there? As an event planner, as a promoter, you can't make money with 300 people.
Now, this building is costing city resident taxpayers $30 million. Is that accurate?
That's what they say, but I bet you'll be more than that.
Huh.
Let's go around back. Theater.
Did you just say the university's building their own humongous theater?
Yes.
Where is that going to be?
At the university.
Near Conway.
Yeah. It's interesting for me because they don't look at all sides of the coin to make something successful. If you've got all these businesses and say they're successful, you're bringing in at least 150 more cars for an event here. Where are they going to park?
Right. And can the city negotiate with these empty buildings here with Burris and Chapin? Have they been very successful at negotiating?
They haven't negotiated at all.
Right. They have to bring them to the table for this to work, correct?
Well, other things have worked down here with them doing nothing, so I don't know. We've been walking around looking at stuff. How many police cars have you seen?
None so far.
No.
But isn't the police station a long way from here?
That's why we need a police station. If you want to stop the stuff, put it on the ocean.
But the police station is 1 or 2 blocks over, correct?
It's over by the city.
On 21st.
Yes.
And we're currently
Not
standing
21st, on
10th. I'm
10th.
sorry. And we're standing right now on 9th,
Street.
8th, 9th.
Main Street.
We're standing on Main Street, but didn't it connect with what's the street over there? 8th, 9th.
8th Avenue.
So we're technically 2.5 blocks. We haven't seen any police officers.
Yes.
Thank you. Myra?
You need to check this first, okay?
Okay.
Unless they've changed it. They could have changed it. But when they were doing this under South Carolina law, you had to be so many feet away from a church to get a license for alcohol.
Isn't that why the church closed, except for this one here? There's one church still open here, correct?
Not yet. But what they did is they put the fence up. So instead of measuring it that way, they measured it around this way.
Ah. What is this facility right here?
Well, the city owns this.
The city owns this right over here?
Yes.
And who owns this right here?
Well, it's debated.
Okay. And what by that debatable, what do you mean?
Well, there's people that are there, and there's rumors that there are other people that are involved.
Okay, so we don't really know right out who owns this product.
I don't. I haven't.
And the
done
name of
deep
this
dive.
product, just so our readers can know, this is called the Grand Strand Brewing Company.
Yes.
Okay. Looks like they're having some sort of tribute. That's good.
We can do stuff and we can work together, but we've got to make it work together.
For the betterment of all.
Well, from a business standpoint,
And for the betterment of all businesses, right?
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Not just a few.
But you have stuff that just doesn't make sense.
Explain.
Well, I'll give you an example. See that building down there?
Yes.
That's mine.
Which building are we talking about?
Next to City Hall.
Okay. Got it.
Upstairs, I got 7 apartments.
Okay.
I had talked to Peterson. I did a lot of work.
Now tell me who Peterson is again.
city manager.
He was a former city manager.
Yes.
Okay.
And I talked to him, and we had talked about having, like, when the new police officers come, it's hard for them to even find apartments and stuff. I was going to turn them into New York apartments and rent them very, very low, but they had to rent it for 10 years for me to put the investment in.
So be annual leases.
Yes. And the city would give it to them, not me.
Correct.
But you would have 7+ police department officers living upstairs.
Correct.
Do you know what that would do to this whole area?
It would really improve it. It would.
Okay, but I got in with an architect and engineers and stuff, and we looked at the building and blah, blah, blah. And then they ghosted me. I said, okay, I'm going on. I'm not going to do. Then I got contacted again, and they wanted to do a mural on the side. I said, okay. And that went on for a couple of years. But I get to approve the artwork. Not what it is, but I get to approve the quality. Because the quality we have is not good. I'm persnickety when it comes to art, okay? And we really, our stuff is, look at other cities and it's down.
Yes.
But that could work, having the police here. And it's so close to the police station.
And it just didn't pan out because the city wasn't interested, correct?
Well, they didn't. We went back and forth and back and forth. I did start doing, and we are going to do, even if we have to fight. I had the roof and the tiles done around the top ceiling. And the building department, my company I use out of North Carolina, has a business license here because I won't do business with them unless they do. And they were working on it and had a permit, and they came over and told them they had to stop.
Why does the city make it so hard for business owners to improve their properties?
Because it's a land grab. If you ask me, that's my opinion.
Okay. You had to get an engineer to tell them the building was safe?
To be able to go forward and do it. So I'm getting an engineer out of here.
Right. Is the engineer hired by you or by them?
Me.
Okay. Did you hire an engineer?
I haven't had time.
I got you.
I've been fiddling with everything else. But let me tell you some other things. There was one man, and you're going to have to research this one.
Okay.
That went around, they were scaring people with eminent domain.
I remember that. I covered
Okay.
that.
He bought up a ton of property.
Right.
Then he sold it to the city.
They moved it to the DRC.
Yeah, but guess what? He made $21 million.
Correct. He got his commission. He got his cut.
No,
He got
he
his-
got
he-
them and resold them.
Correct. He flipped them
He flipped them for $21 million.
after
But
threatening
he-
owners with eminent domain.
No, the city did the threatening.
Correct. Got it.
But you see how big that is?
Yes.
And it's in good shape. I just got to get the documentation, and we're gonna do.
Will they let you paint the side of this property?
Yeah, it's mine.
Okay.
But
well,
I have to
we-
get a engineer. I can't caulk anything.
Would you have to go before the CAB to paint it?
I'm painting the same color. They can't stop me.
Got it.
Show you something.
So the idea is to put a mural on
That's
this.
what they wanted to do.
That's what the
And when
city
I
said.
yes, but I needed to approve the artwork. Then they ghost, and you can call, and they don't call you back.
So
I spent money on an architect and an engineer to putting together a general idea of the apartments and how we could do them, like New York style,
Right.
with granite tops, really nice but small.
So let me ask you this: if you wanted to put a mural here, you'd have to go before the CAB, correct?
Well, I wouldn't put a mural here if it was me.
Got it. You
But
just paint
it's
it
not,
white.
That was
That was
their
the city's
plan.
idea.
Yes. So, I was trying to go along. I do want to close these windows down here
Okay.
and just make it very plain. But also, I want to fix the stucco.
Fuck you. I told you. I knew we didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
See this palm tree?
Yes.
That palm tree was big, and its roots, and it kind of cracked some of the walls that caused that.
Right.
But the people I've gotten to see it, they haven't done the exact test and stuff. They say, it ain't, it cracked the stucco and stuff. But anyway, we're going to see about that, but we are going to do the building.
Myra, why would a business like this right here on Broadway move? Why would they leave?
They weren't doing any business.
And why weren't they doing any business?
Because this location isn't so great for
Okay.
that business.
Would any of that traffic stuff up there that we've been looking at have any effect and impact on this?
When you go to another city and you see a bunch of traffic work, you go around it.
Right. So this was a wedding venue?
Yeah.
And it's gone, it's moved?
Yep. It was.
Do you know, this is on Broadway, do you know where it moved to?
Nope.
I have no idea.
It looks like there's some kind of something going on in there now, but it was a wedding venue.
Huh. So it might be a different business now.
Well, look, nobody's in there.
Okay.
See, this was part of it too. See, they're gone.
Yes, that's empty. Say that again, the artist that did this mural,
Did not sign.
he didn't get approved by the CAB?
No, it got approved. The city wanted that. The city gave them what it was. They designed it.
But they refused to sign their own artwork?
Yeah.
So this is the Myrtle Beach Downtown Alliance?
Yes.
And they're really involved in helping us.
Helping.
They're supposed to be,
Directing.
they're directing. Are they aware of all these businesses that are closing on Broadway?
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm very familiar with this Sherwin-Williams paint dealership. It's been here forever. I'm very familiar with this Sherwin Paints dealership. It's been here forever. Who owns the two properties adjacent to it?
I don't know that. Isn't that the building that the city council person owns?
Oh yeah, City Councilman Greg Smith owns those properties, right?
And with me,
The hair salon people are moving here on Broadway?
they moved them out, DOT did. And now they're going to, they got screwed here.
So they got moved by the South Carolina Department of Transportation?
Yes.
And where are they moving to?
They bought a place.
So Myra, where are we right now? What street are we on?
This is,
This is what will be 7th Avenue, correct?
that's 7th Avenue.
This is 7th.
7th Avenue.
It runs off of, that's 501 behind all of this cat.
Well, Main Street's there.
Yeah, but there's 501 just across the road, correct?
Yes.
And if we look this way, down 7th, it goes to the ocean, correct?
Correct.
Now, to me, I'm just talking to me, this doesn't appear to be a straight shot. Am I wrong?
No, you're very right. Straight goes like here. It doesn't even touch any of my buildings.
So the buildings directly ahead of that, you own a couple of them, right?
I own 4.
And
Right there.
SCDOT are they taking all 4 buildings out?
They're trying to.
Yeah, you're fighting them on that.
I definitely am.
Yeah. And so what is this right here where the bus is? I can't figure out what that is.
That's a bus station.
Okay, the bus station's going to stay?
Yeah.
So are they going to widen this road at all?
No, this is the way the road is. Come look.
Wow. You would think they would take out the bus station to make the road wider. So this
See,
is,
that's some turning lane. The road itself is here.
so wait a minute, let me understand this. The main
a turning
traffic,
lane.
the main traffic is going to come in from 501. Will we have it travel down this street here?
Yes.
And this is a 2-lane street?
Yes.
And they have no intentions of widening it?
To my knowledge, no. But if
Interesting.
you notice this coming here, okay, and you go straight, they barely, the building on the corner, They barely take the back side of that. But my 4 buildings, they don't take it all.
Wow.
But they want the land, and on the city stuff that they handed out at Taste of the Town, it showed on their map that my property was an opportunity zone.
So,
That's illegal.
So as I understand, this is going to be a 2-lane road, and I'll look into that. There's a major bus stop here, as we can see. This is not a little thing. It's staying on a 2-lane road that's going to be one of the major ways into our city.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. Okay, thank you.